Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Ah. And live we are. Welcome back to CypherX Gaming. Your host, CypherX. Tonight we are delving deep into Diablo 3, along with the expansion Reaper of Souls. Now, I have a lovely character right there, but tonight we're going to roll a new class that I haven't played in Diablo 3, being the Necromancer class. And it would help if I would stop breaking my microphone. Alrighty. Return to game, and we're going to change our hero. As you can tell, I've had some time to play these characters quite a bit. Like, this one is 65. She is basically what I've played through the most. But we're not here to see her. We're here to play the Necromancer. Spooky. It would seem the audio is a little louder for this game. That's strange. Twitch is being weird. I haven't had it set to ask to join me in Azeroth in a while, so that's probably a setting I need to fix. Let's see. Is that any better? If not, I will fiddle with it. Maybe do that. I did notice that Blizzard games tend to be quite loud, all things considered. I don't have any commands on yet, Dragon, but I can understand your excitement for it. Alright. Now to delve deep. I'm going to leave my banner structured that way because banner creation takes quite a bit. So. And now we start the story. Dun dun dun.
All that grows must also wither and die. What dies and rots will then nourish the living. This is the great cycle of being, and we, the priests of Rathma, use our dark art to protect it. Though most do not understand us, we go where we are needed. My master has learned that a star fell in the west, drawing the dead from their graves. He commands me to journey to Tristram and return them to their rest. For if the cycle is not upheld, it would mean the end of all things.
Pretty heavy stuff. You gotta love, because I've played it so much, that's why I'm like, all of a sudden, Paragon level 8. Even though I just started. Oh boy. Let's see. Movement speed is always good, and probably intelligence. attack speed and cooldown reduction. Armor and resist all. Area damage and resource cost.
I am near the fallen star, and the dead it raised.
It's amazing that a game like this doesn't look too much further from what the original Diablo and Diablo 2 really looked like. That was just the base ability. A game like this, leave no corner unchecked. Flip over all bodies that are possible.
I have come to aid these lands. Where is the fallen star?
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her. Captain Rumford, more dead are coming. We can't open the gates until we drive them back. They keep coming.
Oh yeah, the ground crawlers. Always a lovely ability.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Burn those corpses before they rise again.
Alright then. You gotta burn them so they don't come back alive.
Zakharum has fallen to this. May the gods who abandoned us come to your aid one last time.
Well, thank you.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, but now he's dead.
Nothing like playing almost a post-zombification game, right?
Tristram used to be such a wonderful place to live. My family has been here since the town grew out of the ruins of old Tristram. But now, it's horrible. The loved ones we've buried and grieved over now threaten our lives.
Yes, so those who aren't familiar with Diablo as much, Old Tristram was the original village that you're in Diablo 2.
A rock doesn't cause the dead to leave their graves.
It's the village that you fight your way to in Diablo 1.
Have you come to help us? The other adventurers who came through here didn't look so deadly.
I'm gonna see if there are subtitles. Why? Because that always helps. At least... There we go.
Are you Leah? Did you survive the fallen star?
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but...
Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Are they now?
This is killing business.
Literally and figuratively.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Yes, that is why I am here.
Thank you. You should
I'm
speak with
here
Captain
to
Rumford
solve
at the
your
gate.
problem.
He can tell you what to do.
I think I'm gonna go check out Leah's room first.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Welcome to the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Bring me whatever treasures you have.
Yes. Very good.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon. My brother died defending this town, while that bloated coward tried to run away.
Well. No, I don't think we're going to brawl. Do I have anything in my stash already? Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. I forgot that stashes are like universal across all characters. Well, those would have a fun little ability. Let's see. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't remember how to use those. It's been too long. Oops. Oh, that's where. I think that for Necromancer, Blade Wings make most sense. Stay a while and listen. Deckard Cain is that NPC that just does not die.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
There's so many different books and everything to find, and really, like, there's a lot that you could overlook, unfortunately, in this game.
I will bring peace to the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
I have experience in these matters.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors. They're attacking the barricades! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
Fun fact for those who haven't played Diablo, the world maps are similar, but the generalized map that you're going to be playing on is auto-generated every single time you start a new character, so no two maps are likely to be the same. I keep forgetting that I actually just need to use the mouse. I really don't need to use my keyboard.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
Yummy.
Dear reader, I am Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
So I'm already beginning to think that a necromancer is actually quite overpowered. Remember, Turn over dead bodies when you can.
Ratma has blessed me.
Who keeps gold in a rotted log? People trying to run from something. That's Sue. Wah! It seems to say. Even the vermin feed off of the dead flesh. Down into the musty cellar we go. Yummy. Oh, hey, look.
This will be a challenge.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh. What are you being protected by? Would you kindly die? Thank you. Also, the encounters that you run into in cellars and such are randomized as well. It's to basically add to the replayability of the game. Did I forget something in there? No. I only thought I did. Diablo is one of those games that's great to, like, you know, sit back and just kind of dork around on. Because although it's got a storyline, there's like no time pressure to play the game at a swift or breakneck speed. Do that again and you'll pull back a stump. Also check your scarecrows. And along the way you'll find shrines and other like fountains and such. And they're kinda little power-ups. Admittedly, because Paragon for characters carries over, I'm actually a little overpowered for re-beginning the game. But hey, you know, it's a class I haven't played in this iteration yet, so I figured why not?
It is done. Decay and rot.
Oh yeah, some of the corpses don't stay dead. That's always fun. I forgot about that. Now you notice that I did not pick up any gray items. They're not really worth the bag space. And you are limited in how big your bag is. And that never really changes. Let's see. Ah, going from a scythe to a magical axe. Yeah, I'm sure if I wanted to, I could probably have something like that, but, you know, more stuff for me to do, so I'm not just killing stuff and running away.
Diablo once walked these lands.
Though I did forget how comical their death effects can be sometimes. Yet another one of those Blizzard titles that I bought on release day, and of course had to get a collector's edition of. Because Blizzard not so secretly owns my wallet. Ooh. You gotta love it when I come across random spawns. That's always fun. You have corpse explosion. Sweet. No, I think we're gonna stay with that. I know that Grim Scythe is the next step, but yes and no. It's her belief is if you're gonna buy it, just buy the best, you know. Don't mess around, don't buy the lowest, because then you're gonna end up discovering that there's something you want and spend more money to get it versus just spending the money up front. It's a faster dagger. But I really don't do any physical damage. So having the stats for the magic is more important. Ooh. I apparently have the hiccups. Yep. I have the collector's edition for the original, and then for whatever the expansion is. I know I have it written down on the description of the video, but apparently my brain is failing me tonight. Yeah, and the missus and I have talked about how as long as we have one copy of the collector's edition for the games that we play, that's kind of all that's important. We can have the digital versions, like we get one physical copy of World of Warcraft, and then the rest are digital.
I will help you find your uncle, Leah.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that that's the whole purpose of that one. Let's see. That's building things. The merchant is over here.
I've found some interesting things on
That
my
is
latest
not
dig.
possible.
You should take a look.
There we go. Give me that money. Money, money, money. Money. Back to the old ruins.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Decker.
Did you know your father?
I'm told He was a great warrior, but was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Ow! You little ankle biter. The Legacy of Cain. Oh wait, that's the wrong game. Adrian!
Look!
I could have been a contender.
Follow me.
Dark magic lingers here.
People
Dark
said she was a
magic.
witch, but I never believed it.
Loot everything! Double check over here. I don't want to know why a club
Here's the
has
key,
more magic
and my
than
mother's journal.
the axe
What I've
does.
seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
Leave that to me. You'd best stay and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again, but like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here. But whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
Did they really survive at that point then?
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Well, I mean, when you're an unfit parent, you're an unfit parent. Why won't they all die? Old Tristram.
This soul is not yet at rest.
So we set a trap. Really? Doesn't seem like a trap to me.
Ah, Tristram Cathedral.
Get yourself a goth girl who's into old architecture.
I have long waited for this knowledge.
I can dig it. And we'll switch up to that now. Tell things to rise! So, in these pseudo dungeons that you end up in, it can be frustrating because they change So sometimes there's not a lot of consistency. That is actually a fair bit more attack. She swings, she attack. But most important, she doesn't slack.
The grave beckons.
The grotesques may seem slow and senseless, but they hide many dangers within their hideously malformed bodies. A set of spikes lurk beneath the monster's flesh, and foul parasites nest within them. It is said that these horrors themselves are constructed by a greater evil, a darkness that I cannot even fathom.
So, what's everybody's first rule about dungeon trolling? Do you stick to the left? Do you stick to the right? This goes back to old school old school dungeons where, like, you run down the hallway, and then you hit, and there's two ways to go. Which way do you go? Now, personally, I've always been go to the left. Follow the left wall all the way around. You'll hit a dead end inevitably, but you'll find your way out eventually.
The night embraces you.
Curious. Well, that's no fun. I don't want to already get to the next spot. Apparently, going to the left would have technically worked in my favor.
My name is Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
What interesting mushrooms.
Ooh, that's relatively new. Well, new to me, I should say. Because that certainly wasn't something that was in the original games that we played.
Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
I can bring that down.
leather doublet. Been running around naked this entire time. Well, that's useless. I have not finished exploring to the left. I forget how. There's a map option, and I'm forgetting what it is. Ah, okay. See, because I'm using the world map. This was the map I was looking for. So, we know that down here, in the center of the screen right now, is where the signs of Deckard Cain are. That's where they want us to go. All of the rest of this is just the generated part of this level.
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
Well, sucks to be that dude. This has been an interesting generated map. Ooh, shoes. 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 Oh my god, shoes. And then immediately get upgrades. Well, that was weird. A little bit of glitch. Remember, if it's not already knocked over, knock it over. Screw this bookcase, and screw this bookcase. Screw this bookcase. So, we still have up in the semi-north area to explore. The best part about it is, like, it kind of gives you a pseudo glimpse of the stuff in the next level, but then once you get down there, it can actually be completely different. There's very little consistency sometimes. Do a barrel roll.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
You gotta take out the Mad King before it causes more problems. A real door? Weird. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, that made that noise. Now time to actually go back to where the objective little blip was. Remember not to run through the door immediately, because you might miss something.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold.
Until it doesn't.
Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones.
Time to go save good old Deckard Cain. Remember what I said about it seeming like necromancers are a little overpowered?
But why did you risk yourself for me?
I believe we can aid each other. Your niece told me you were here.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Well, let me click it. There we go.
I have found Leah's uncle, Deckard Cain. He was pursued by a creature called the Skeleton King, who blocks the path to the fallen star.
And on that note, this is a great opportunity, since we're at the end of that particular chapter, for me to take a small break. I will be right back. And we're back. Let's see. Again, I don't want to brawl. Why is that such an important thing right now? You bastard.
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
Well, first let me sell things to you. Then we'll talk. Nope. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Not what I wanted to do, but okay, that works. See, I don't need anything repaired. Oh. Yes. Because that totally makes sense. Put these in my stuff. Seeing as I can't really use anything in here. I guess that's not the first time I've seen that. Curious. I'm guessing I've bought all the tabs so far.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Friend. I am not often called that. But I wish to know more about the fallen star.
The prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
My master would take pride in this.
Stay a while and listen.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard while he did his crazy research.
It seems reasonable enough to me.
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
I'm pretty sure a meteorite that falls out of the sky might have something to do with that, so
what did you learn of
makes
Adria?
sense.
She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She
Not
was in
the
search of
Troubles.
something. I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
You say to a necromancer with bone wings.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
I will find a way to lay him to rest.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leia, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakharum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising.
Wonder
and
if the
Herodric
Herodric
prophecy of the
scrolls
end days says
were
that
in the
at the end of
Herodric
all
cube.
things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
I am the last of the Herodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Herodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
That seems unlikely.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy, and Tristram, no, the world, has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the lords of hell.
Deckard Cain likes to babble a lot.
You and Leah depend on each other.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the lords of the burning hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers.
But we're a seasoned, adventurer.
The prophecy of the end days is contained within the Herodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Cain. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the lords of hell.
Old? I'm only 47.
What happened to Tristram's king?
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
And so he became the Skeleton King.
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
But clearly he didn't get far enough.
I have some new. You've got to promise me you'll take good care of whatever I sell you.
Ooh. Remember to treat yourself.
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
The medium. Ooh.
You are the blacksmith, aren't you? I have a request.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
Death is a path all must tread. Allow me to help.
Thank you. Follow me.
Follow a strange person I've just now met into a cellar of the damned. Solera, come here. What you need, sweet pea? In a little bit, okay? Suddenly, everyone turns.
You grant in peace.
I love how, like, the wife is the last one to turn. Yummy. totally keep forgetting to use some of my other abilities.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
There is a way you could repay me. I seek the crown of King Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
So there, where'd you go, sweetheart?
No one round here appreciates the work I put into acquiring these fine wares. It's not easy, I can tell you that.
Do I take the damage or do I take the toughness and the recovery? You know what? I'm just gonna stick with it that way. I will keep the axe, however, if I do need it. And through the gate we go, on to the next checkpoint. Hi, sweetheart. Everything okay? New lore to listen to.
Scavengers are ugly, pathetic creatures who survive off of carrion and corpses, too diseased to attract any other carnivores. I did once meet a raggedy fellow who claimed that he had trained one of the beasts to bring him large rats to eat. But I'm sure the story is utter nonsense.
During the last days of King Leoric's reign, even the skeletons of the ancient dead could not rest. They took up their broken armor and weapons once more, ready to cut down anything that yet drew breath. Though wasted and fragile, these creatures possess a twisted cleverness that makes them quite formidable.
Nears.
That scythe, man. Jeez. Jeez Louis. I'm not surprised. That's why it keeps highlighting the dead bodies. For me to use them to go kaboom.
All must serve the cycle. I understand so much more now.
I take no chance.
All must serve
It's always fun when you realize that you have an ability you forgot about.
That foe will die.
Kaboom.
You will make a fine core. My power has grown.
Kaboom. That one's still so nice. I like having those corpse lamps. Nope, I think I'm gonna stick with corpse explosion. It's a lot more fun that way. If I can make the bodies go kaboom.
The blacksmith's apprentice has fallen.
Dead villagers. The best part about it is corpse explosion really doesn't use any more like mana or anything that any other ability would. So it's silly not to use it, you know? These maps can be quite large.
Weakness consumes you.
Oh my!
The light embraces you.
Well, that certainly was different. Oh my. Let's see here. We can do this.
Do not fear the end.
Here, I was worried for a second. Oh, hey, look, a pool of reflection. As if I needed any help gaining experience. Seem to be doing quite alright on my own. Wow, this map is actually bigger than some of the other ones that I've experienced. Oh good, we're finally kind of near where I need to be. Well, you can just stay over there for right now, Tomb Guardian. I'm just gonna keep exploding bodies. Why? Because I can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Well, too bad. Cause I'm gonna. Oh, that was just my little necro mage. Kaboom, kaboom.
I need essence.
And that's why that's worth doing. That was a treasure goblin. And as you can see, it drops treasure as you hit it. Boom! I stayed underground just long enough. Clink, clink, clink. It sounded like a bottle hitting the ground. Clearly somebody was trying to bring their friends to the party. It was like, nah, dog, nah. My inventory is yelling at me. Ooh, I like that 10% recovery though. That's pretty sexy. Yes, yes, yes. I suppose I should get to where the objective is.
When King Leoric came to court, he brought many nobles with him, and nobles, oddly enough, want noble crypts. So I showed up with my shop, thinking to make easy profit by digging a few holes. Ha! There's no stopping their demands around here. Now, I just slip and bring certainty.
Almost like a choose your own adventure. Almost. Oh look, it's locked. The flimsy little lock. Ooh! A legendary item that I have to identify. Sweet. You gotta love random drops like that. Time to go back to New Tristram. The Book of Cain. What is this? Woo! Hot dog. Let's see here. I'm playing a spell, so I would think that I would want a marquee diamond. Haha. I know that it's such a low-level legendary item to throw a high-level gem in there, but, like, what you gonna do?
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
Back to the cemetery of the Forsaken. Yeah, if that trick didn't work before, I don't think it's going to work again this way. Into a defiled crypt. Now we get to see how large this crypt really is. Because sometimes they'll be short, other times you'll be spending like half an hour on it.
My insult grows.
skeletons. I like it.
This will be a challenge.
Well, I don't have to do anything. Good Jeebus. Why fight for myself when I can just have the skeletons do it? Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. That treasure goblin didn't know what hit him. Oh my god. It just didn't even have to do nothing. Just kind of let it do its thing. Ooh. Yes. Sexy.
The tragedies in these lands have left many restless spirits in their wake, and they demand retribution. These spirits will take out their vengeance on any unsuspecting individual who may pass, for they believe that the blood of the living will yet restore the lives that were ripped away from them.
That is not possible.
Methinks not yet. Some serious floaty booms. Did you know that ghosts leave behind corpses? Because I wasn't 100%. And suddenly to a crossroads. Again, I guess we're going left. Which would be south, I guess. Disaster. A total disaster.
The crown is not here. I'll look for it in another crypt.
Thank you for rescuing me, but the princess that you were looking for is in another castle. Is it sarcophagi? Is that the plural of sarcophagus? I would have been very sad to have missed out on all that. Let's see, did I miss anything back this way? No. Let's see what sort of treasures I got. Okay, yeah. Definitely. Definitely an upgrade. Oh my god, I'm starting to look kind of clownish. Like at a certain point, once you get up to the higher levels and you're in gear that like is actually pretty good, luckily you get a chance to color your armor. All right.
For every action, a consequence.
Let's do this. Wow.
I understand so much more now.
Oh my god. No, I don't go that way. That is not to the left. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? A phylactery makes sense. I am a necromancer after all. Oh. Well, that's not good.
The crown is not in this crypt. I'll search elsewhere.
I didn't explore all of this crypt. That fight is insane. Just absolutely ridiculous. Leave no jar unbroken. No stone unturned. No coffin defiled. Or undefiled? I suppose I can pick that up and make some quick cash off of it, as it were. Because after I get out of this one, I can always port to Tristram and sell my stuff and then come back. That's one of the nice things. Teleports are,
I found the body of your apprentice. It seems his end was quick.
Free.
Fool boy. Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
Apprentice ruin. All these two-handers. Make cucumber? Make cucumber. What? Let's just... Do I... Oh. Oh no. A whole whopping 3 gold for repairs. Now to enter the defiled crypt that should have the crown of the Skeleton King.
Decay and rot. My skeletons came up before me because
because I got too close to one side. I suppose that is up and to the left, though, so I suppose they're not wrong. I just usually prefer my subject to wait for my commands. As opposed to going on their own. Come back. Good gosh darn it. That's where we say, oh sweet Satan. If we kill them too fast, they won't learn.
Not enough essence.
Oh.
This will be a challenge.
Guess this is technically off to the left. Ooh, it's a two-handed mace. No thank you. I see why it was like, maybe not. Oh, hey look, it's the stairs down already. Let's go kill whatever's on the other side of this. Skeletal parts everywhere. I'm sorry, was that your skeleton? Keyword there was your skeleton. So, like... Okay, then they just, like... They just chill. That's crazy.
I think the crown is nearby.
I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Well, that was interesting.
The unburied are formed from human corpses that were flung into mass graves without a proper burial. This hideous amalgamation of bodies decomposes together into one being, bound by some foul magic. For all my knowledge, I could only flee from it, and I would expect any other sensible person to do the same.
Yeah, the giant amalgamation of corpses come running at you. Run the other direction. If you've got a particularly, overweight friend who's there with you, trip them. Oh boy.
You will make a fine corpse.
Isn't ready to go that direction quite yet. Seems like my skeletons are a little overzealous. Doesn't seem to be like a passive mode for them. Why, when what I need is sitting over here?
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
Heck of an upgrade. And I'm going back to New Tristram. I think that's where we'll call tonight's adventure. I think we've made a lot of good progress. And next week on Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST or minus 5 GMT for everyone else, we will continue to pursue the Skeleton King.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem.
Love how he doesn't question that there's 7 skeletons just standing there.
There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
There is no higher calling than serving the balance. The priests of Rathmar would welcome your aid.
I totally did that a little on the wrong, because I could have just used Town Portal, but whatevs. Let's see. I have quite a few crafting materials. Oh yeah, it's like a... It almost seems silly to waste it on something like that. And when you're already sitting at fairly decent gear. Maybe in the next level or two we'll revisit that. You know? Definitely, because it looks like there's quite a few things that we could potentially craft that'd be in the next few levels. So that will definitely be something worthwhile to visit.
I have retrieved the crown.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
There is no other way to reach the fallen star, it seems.
All right. And on that note, lovely people, I think that's where we're going to call it a night. Thank you for joining me once again for playing Diablo 3. And hopefully you'll return next Thursday, or this Thursday coming up. I look forward to seeing all of you. And again, thank you for checking out the stream. Have a good night.